So actually we started discussing ADSL domain, right?
Recording in progress.
You're not able to see my screen? Can someone confirm? Yes, sir. Okay. Fine. Thank you. In ADSL domain, what are the variables we discussed already? So these are some predecessor variables, direct variables. We can going to take it from the HTTM level: study ID, unique subject ID, site ID, country, birth details, birth character data type. Now date of birth we are derived separately, and consent etc and consent data. Apart from this, so we have few more variables. So we have some standard flags we have. Let me give those flags, very important flags. Okay, see here. So the first flag, enrolled population flag. So remember, always flags is nothing but you'll get SR, no, sir, SR missing values. Okay, so what is enrolled flag? The meaning of enrolled flag is all the subjects who signed the informed consent form. All the subjects who signed the informed consent form means who are enrolled to the study. For those subjects, we have to give a flag as yes. Okay. How can you derive? So we can derive in a multiple ways. Basically, how can you know whether the subject was enrolled or not? Okay, if a particular subject was signed the informed consent means he could have enrolled to the study. Okay, if we signed the informed consent means definitely we'll get a date. So that's the reason. Based on the date detail, informed consent date details, we can derive this enrolled flag. Okay, so now I'm taking, if you take DM domain as an input, in DM domain you have RFICDTC variable. So if not missing of an RFICDTC, then give the enrolled flag as yes. Otherwise enrolled flag is missing. If you need a numeric version also, give the numeric version. Okay, if you take the DM domain as an input data set, you can derive the based on the RFICDTC variable. Now, if you take a disposition domain as an input, so in a disposition domain, you have all the status, whether subject signed informed consent or not, is screening or is randomization or treatment completed or not, is any discontinued or any death was happened. Every state is available in a disposition domain. Remember, DS domain, it gives the status of the subject. Now, it is going to be very useful for us here. Okay, see if your DS decode is equal to informed consent and not missing of DS STDC, then your enrolled flag is yes. Numeric version 1. Clear? Either you can derive from the DM domain or disposition domain. Then any one thing they'll give in the specification, you can follow that one, but I'm giving in the notes both of these. Okay, so that is the enrolled flag. The subjects who are enrolled to the study, for them we have to give the flag as yes. So we are enrolling, we are deriving based on the informed consent. Next, randomization population flag. Randomized population flag. Now we have to give a flag for the subjects who are randomized. Means after screening, after informed consent screening, there should be randomization stage. Those who are randomized, I need a flag. Again, you can go in a disposition domain. In disposition domain, if DS decode is equal to randomization, If you're not missing of DS, ST, DTC, then your randomization flag is yes for those subjects. Okay, clear? If we need a numeric version, randomization flag 1. That is randomization. The subjects were randomized. Next, ITTFL, intent to treatment population flag. Intent to treat is nothing but who are ready to take the treatment. Who are ready to take the treatment. What is that meaning? Those who already completed the randomization and they are ready to take the treatment. Correct? So indirectly can I say those who are randomized means they are ready to take the treatment? See, all the subjects who are randomized and are eligible are ready to take the treatment. Okay, the subjects who are randomization is completed, they are ready to take the treatment. For those subjects, I have to give the flag. Just now already randomization flag are derived. Wherever the randomization flag is yes. For them, my ITT flag also yes. Simple. Okay, clear? So that is randomization flag and the ITT flag, intent to treatment population flag. So there is one more important flag, safety population flag. Next, safety population flag. The subjects who are taken at least one dose of drug, at least one dose. Okay. So from where can I derive? Your exposure domain. First of all, exposure domain, EX domain is completely speaking about the study drug only. Correct? So from there also I can derive. If not missing of EX dose for any subject, if not missing of any EX dose and not missing of EX dose, total at least. Dose amount or dose total. So it is not missing, then give the safety flag as is. So for any subject, there is a dose is available means in EX domain, he could have taken the dose. So it is missing means he could have not taken the dose. If took the dose, whatever the dose amount it is, how many times he took it, I'm not bothering here. I'm bothering whether he took the dose or not. If you took the dose, give the flag as yes, safety flag as yes. So you can derive from the EX domain. Or else you can derive from the TM domain also. In TM domain, you have RFSTDTC. RFSTDTC is nothing but treatment start date. If the treatment start date is available, meaning with that, then the subject definitely could have took the dose for the first time. Okay. Whenever he took the dose, that's the first treatment. If you took the treatment, then he'll get the date. If the date is available, means the subject could have taken the dose. So that's the reason. If not missing of RFSTDTC, then your safety flag is yes. Okay, clear? For example, 101 subject, he may not took the dose on week 1, he took the dose on week 2. Your RFSTDTC dates will get in a week 2 dates only. That's okay, no problem. If it is not taken a week 1, I am not bothering. But he took the dose, right? So be the safety flag, yes. 102 subject, he took the dose on week 1, week 2, and week 3 also. RFICTDC will get a week 1 date. Again, it will get a safety flag as this. Here, the safety flag is meaning, it's not meaning that whether he's taking the dose on a first time or not. Whether he took the dose or not. That's the first week or second week or third week. That doesn't mean it. Okay, whether he took the dose or not. The 103 subject did not took any dose. So RFSTDTC definitely will get a missing value. RF spelling wrong, 1 second. RF then you will get a safety flag as missing. When you will not took any dose. Okay. That's how safety flag. So your most of your next tables and listings, if you go on real time, okay, your tables they'll populate based on the either two types of table, either safety tables or efficacy tables over there. Safety tables is nothing but for the subject, whoever the safety flag is yes, for those subjects only they'll prepare the table or listing. That's the reason safety flag you have to derive correctly in ABSL. Okay. Or else enrolled flag. The first one. The subject who are enrolled to the study. Means on all the subjects, for example, all the 100 subjects as enrolled. On all the 100 subjects, you may prepare the tables, one or two tables. Remaining all the tables will prepare on the safety. For example, in all the 100 subjects, only 50 subjects took the dose. So on those 50 subjects, will prepare the reports. Okay? That's the reason safety flag is important. Next, per protocol population flag. The subject who do not have any protocol deviations. Tell me which domain we are capturing? Protocol deviation details. You only have
Yes.
Which domain we have? Protocol deviation details. The subject took any protocol deviation, any protocol violations. We are capturing in a DV domain. So, but here, I am not asking which subject is take the protocol deviation. Here, the population is about who do not have any protocol deviation. Let us assume in your DM domain, you have 50 subjects are there. In a DV domain, if you go and check, there are only 5 subjects with the deviation. Now, 50 minus 5, you can say 45. These 45 subjects who do not have any protocol deviation. Yes, these 45 subjects not have any protocol deviation. How to derive? How to give the flag for these 45 subjects? Very simple. You will merge your DM domain with the DV domain by unique subject ID. Just write if condition. If X means subject should be there in DM domain and not Y means subject not supposed to be there in Y. If this condition satisfied, then give the protocol population flag as yes. Clear? Because we need a population. We need a flag who did not have any protocol deviation. If we have only protocol, if we need a flag only have protocol deviation, means directly in the DV domain, if I take it, the DV domain which are the subjects are there, for those subjects give the flag. Okay, clear? That's it. These are the flags I have. Clear? Clear everyone here? All the flags? Any doubts?
Sir, after the safety flag, what are the next step?
After the safety flag? Okay, this sorry, I missed this one. Complete as population flag. Sorry. The complete as population flag means that's all the subjects who are completed this time. Who are completed the study, not completed the treatment. Here they are asking that completed the study. Let us assume 100 subjects are enrolled, 50 subjects have started treatment. In those 50 subjects, how many are completed the total study itself? Again, disposition domain have Your disposition domain will give completely these details only. The subject completed the study or discontinued or anything. So if DS decode is called completed, and if a epoch is followed, then give the completion flag as yes. Just will roughly go to disposition domain and show you, remember, right? So we discussed the disposition domain very detailedly. What is the disposition domain will give? Disposition domain will give the status of the subject, whether subject completed the study or not completed the study. If not completed, in which stage subject will be there? Subject informed consent obtained or screening, screen failure, randomized treatment, adverse event, discontinued, death, or study completed. So these terms are available, all these terms. Okay, so that's the reason based on these disposition term values or decode values. Term is nothing but main term, decode will be the standard term. Anything you can use it programmatically as per your data. Okay. So here same disposition domain I'm using here a couple of times. If DS decode is equal to completed and epoch should be followed, then your completion flag should be yes. Okay. So like this, total you have enroll flag, randomization flag, intent to treatment flag, safety flag, completion flag, and per protocol completion flag. Okay. Next. See the few more variables. Remember yesterday while we discussing, I told you, if you take an RFST-DTC, from RFST-DTC, we need to derive the multiple variables. Treatment start date, treatment start time, treatment start date and time, character version, and numeric version. How to derive? Okay. So let us discuss those four variables. For both treatment start date, four variables, again treatment end date will be there. Again, four variables. 4 plus 4, 8 variables. So how logical, logic also I'll give now. Okay. So from RFST-DTC, we are going to derive treatment start date, treatment start time, treatment start date and time, character version, numeric version. Okay. Start date, start time, start date and time, character version, numeric version. See, for example, your RFST-DTC, you have a date, you have a date, and you have date and time also together. Your date is there, date and time also it is there. Okay. So if date and time together is there, no problem. If the time is missing, you have to concatenate with 0 hour, 0 minute, 0 seconds. Let us assume for some subjects you have time, some subjects you don't have time. So you can write if condition like this. If your length of RFST is equal to 10, what is that meaning? If you have only date, then concatenate with 0 hour, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. You can do it like this, or else you can write if condition also. If you search with the T letter, the T is available. If it is equal to means if it is not available, then concatenate 0 or 0 minutes. So by end, for all the subjects, you will get the date and time. Now as create one intermediate variable like this, DTM. Now, by taking this intermediate variable, first derive the treatment start date. So, treatment start date I'm deriving by extracting the date separately. So, I'm using the same substr function. Yesterday we discussed, right? Using substr function, extracting the date separately. DTM starting position length should be there YYMMDD tender format. Okay, apply input function, it will convert a character data type into numeric text. Similarly, we need only time, so I need to extract this time point. Okay, same substr function, intermediate variable, the starting position is just 10, right? 11, 12, 12th position to 12 means starting from 12th position. How many characters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 positions. So if using substr function, I'm extracting the time. Then using input function, I'm converting character data type into numeric. You'll get a time. Start date and time in a numeric version. Date and time together is required, but in a numeric data type. Then what you do, directly apply the input function. You will convert character data type into numeric. Same treatment start and data type in character version. For a character version, you need already everything is there in character versions already. You directly assign, you get a character. Clear? Like this, from one RFST variable, we are going to derive the 4 variables. Okay, clear? Same way, how I did it for RFST for RFEN also it should be there. Okay, treatment end date, treatment end time, treatment end date and time, character version and numeric version. Okay, if your date and time together is like this, date separately, time separately, date and time together. Okay, here also said if your date and time together, if the time is missing, calculate 0 or 0 minutes, 0 seconds, create one intermediate variable, ETM. Okay, so now when you after concatenating for all the subjects, you will be having date and time. Now extract date separately. So using substr function, first I'm extracting the date separately, converting into character data type into numeric data using input function. Similarly, time alone is required. You can using substr, extract the time separately, then using input function, convert into numeric data type. Again, into date and time together is required. The numeric data type directly apply input function. If you need any character version, directly you can assign this intermediate. Okay, clear? So this derivation tomorrow I'll show you programmatically also. We'll take this data and we will derive in area itself. Okay, and tool also I'll show you the data. Same, whatever codes I'm writing here, same logic I'll take it there. Again, I won't write any logic, new logics. Here I'm giving for every variable derivation, I'm giving the logic also. That's the reason. Okay, you can use this code logic directly in your code. Okay, clear now? So based on the one RFST 4 variables, RFP 4 variables, 8 variables with it. Clear? Any questions up to here? Anyone? So now going forward, whenever you have date and time, the same way you have to work out. Date separately, time separately, date and time character version, numeric version. That's going to be any date. Tomorrow, if we discuss AE domain, AESTDTC also same. Date separately, time separately, date and time. AE and DTC also same. CM domain, CMSTDTC, CMENDTC. LB domain, LBDTC. VS domain, VSDTC. Same standard derivations for all the date variables. See few more variables still we have. So treatment 01 planned study treatment. Okay, character data type. What a character was allowed. Treatment 01 A. Actual study. Tell me which variables we have in a DM domain for this variable. Okay. What are the variables I have to get the planned treatment and actual study treatment? Yes. Planned study treatment, actual study treatment. What are the variables I have in DM domain? Arm and Actam, right? Arm will give the planned treatment details. Actam will give the actual treatment details. So this is directly you can assign. Arm you can assign to the planned treatment. Actam will get an assigned to the actual treatment. Now I need a numeric version as well. Treatment 01 PN numeric version. Actual treatment also numeric version required. So how to derive the numeric versions? So now there is a set of variables I have, both character versions and numeric versions I have to derive. Okay, so let me show you those things now. First, I will show you for treatment, planned treatment. Then you can do it for all other variables same way. Okay, see. For example, arm variable is there. Arm in DM domain, drug A, drug B like this. There. Directly for a planned treatment, you can assign the arm variable. You will get a drug A, drug B. When you need a numeric versions, okay, I need, for example, drug A it is 1, drug B is 2. So how can I derive the numeric versions? There are two ways you can derive all the numeric versions variable. Okay, you write some prop format, create some in format something. You will drug A 1, drug B 2. Then create a new variable. You apply input function, converting the wherever the drug A it should be there. It will come the 1 and 2 values, and it will create a new variable. Like this, you can create a format and you can apply. Or else you write some easily using if condition. If treatment plan 1 is equal to drug A, then numeric version is 1. If it is B, then numeric version 2. Okay, clear? Same way, even for actual treatment also, directly treatment 01 here, you can assign the Actam values. But when you need a numeric version, you can write if condition. If Actam is equal to drug A, then numeric version is 1. Actam is equal to drug B, numeric version 2. Either you can apply if else conditions methods, or you write some format and you can write a code. So both are correct. Whichever you are comfortable in writing the programming, you can use that. Some people are comfortable in writing the formats and they will apply a format and create a variable. Some people will they'll use the if conditions. Okay. So in a specification, if you have anything logic, you can use that logic, or else you can write it any of these two logics. So for all the numeric versions, okay, from the given character version, whenever you want to create a numeric versions, any of these two methods you follow and you can create. Okay. So like this, here only have two variables, right? Planned treatments and actual treatment. Similarly, you have few more variables are the same way, both character version and direct HDTM TM domain variables, both character version, numeric version. See all these variables are. Okay, first of all, let's discuss age variable. Age variables. DM domain directly age variable. Age units also we have DM domain age units variable. Directly assigned. These are predecessor variables. Here I need a age. Age in years at informed consent. Now we are going to derive the age values at a Adam level. Okay. So you see, I'm writing by taking consent date and BRTH date. Consent date we already derived. Yesterday I shown you, right? Consent date is the only date and should be there in numeric data type. BRTH date variable. This is also we are derived at Adam level. It is not there in a HTTM DM domain. Okay. So consent date minus BRTH DT by 365.25, you will get a age values. And as you will apply int function or a int function will use the integer portion. Same or else intck function also. We will get the age values. Okay. So here we are deriving the age based on the Adam variables, ADSL variables. Okay. Age group values. Age group numeric. So here I need a numeric versions like take an average age. If age is less than, let us assume in your study the average is age is 57. If the less than 57, give the group value as 1. Greater than 57, give the group value as 1. How can I get an average age? It will be available in specification. If not available, you can also derive from your end. Just simply write a proc means for the DM domain. Put a where age. When you do proc means, you'll get all the 5 statistics. In mean, standard deviation, minimum value. So there you take a minimum age values. You can apply it. Okay. Like this age related, you can derive the 4 variables. Next, all the variables are both character version and numeric version. Sex variable directly available in DM domain. I need a numeric version. Numeric version, you can write it like this. Simply if condition if sex is equal to numeric version is 1. If sex is equal to female, numeric version is 0. Okay. Then you can apply input form. Or else you write some format. Apply that format also. Both the ways you can derive the numeric version. Same similarly race also. Directly race available, numeric version. So generally there are 5 races are there. For each race, give me one numeric value. Okay. If American Indian 1, if black 2, if white 3, if Asian 4, if native Hawaiian 5. Like this for each race, give me one number. Same for ethnicity also. Directly ethnic values are there. Numeric version, you can write it. If Hispanic 1, if not Hispanic 2. There are only 2 ethnicities there. Yes, like this, for all these variables, both character versions and numeric versions we are deriving. Clear? So here most of the variables we are derived from the demographic domain only. If you observe some intermediate, some flags and we derived based on disposition domain and exposure domain. That's also correct. But mostly we derive from the domain. Okay. Still we have not completed ADSL. Few more variables are there. We are going to derive from the other domains as well. Okay. So let's see what are those as well. See. Height at baseline, weight at baseline, BMI at baseline, systolic blood pressure at baseline, diastolic blood pressure at baseline, temperature at baseline, heart rate at baseline. Tell me where you will get all these details. Which domain? You already have, right? Which domain you have all these details? Which tests? Vital signs will collect, right? Vital signs domain. All these tests will do it, right? Now what they are asking here is height at baselines. Means for a subject, if you take any subject, for that subject, what is the subject height or what is the subject weight at the time of baseline? Means that result I need to capture in a ADSL domain. So let us assume, for example, unique subject ID, VS test, vaginal result, visit baseline. Like 101 subject, 102 subject, we are calculating the height in every visit. Screening week 1, week 2, screening week 1, week 2. Okay, 101 subject, weight at a baseline it is 156. 102 subject, at a baseline the height it should be 160. Now these results I need to capture height at baseline. How can I write a program? So simply data, some intermediate domain you are creating, set HDTM VS domain as input. If your VS test is equal to height and your baseline flag is equal to yes, then you are assign height at baseline value to the original results. Okay, clear? So we'll get a height at baseline. Same if you instead of VS test height, if you change the test name, for example, if your test is called weight, baseline flag is called S, then you will get a weighted baseline. Which is simply change the test. If the test is BMI, test is systolic blood pressure, or diastolic blood pressure, or temperature, weight, or heart rate. Just change the test. You apply same logic. You'll get all these variables from the vital signs domain. Clear? So like this, all these variables we are going to derive from the vital signs domain. Clear? Everyone? You understand? Any questions, anyone? Till now, any variables? Swami, Manasan, Srinath. Clear? Guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh. See then last few more variables. So now vital signs we discussed, right? Now let's see the few more variables we are deriving from the disposition domain. Still we have variables from disposition domain. COMPL. Did the patient completed the study? So already completion flag was there, right? Same way. This is also completion flag only. If DS term is equal to completed, or as DS decode is completed, or even category end of the treatment. Okay. So end of the this is not category won't required because based on the epochs were there. Okay. So if DS term is equal, okay, especially remember when you deriving these flags, this term values it's not constant, okay? How you capture these term values or decode values in your study, according to that you take it the condition. So this is not straightforward condition. Maybe in your DS, in your study, these DS term values or decode values you may capture differently with the different terminologies. Slight change in the terminology, the meaning will be same. So that terminology you have to take it because to satisfy the condition. Okay. So you can say like that if DS term is equal to completed or epoch should be followed, then your completion clause is yes. Was a subject discontinued from the study? Again, it is also flag I have to derive. Character derivative, one character. So if the subject discontinued again from the disposition domain, if DS term is called discontinued, okay, if it is epoch treatment, it means is the subject was discontinued from the treatment. Then your discontinuation flag should be yes. Okay, if it is discontinued, if you have any reason, discontinued from the study reason, if we capture in a disposition domain or else in a supplementary domain also, we will take it from to ADSL level, the reason for the discontinuation. If you have that information, you will capture. Okay. Reason for discontinuation. If you have multiple reasons, there are 3 to 4 reasons are there for discontinuation. For each reason, give me the number. Numeric version. DAS DTC, date and time of discontinuation. When was discontinued? The date I need. So again, from the disposition domain, if DS term is equal, wherever the simple, wherever this condition is satisfied, right? If DS term is called discontinued or epoch is called treatment, wherever this condition is satisfied, there the DS STDTC we are captured there. The DS STDTC we have to assign to DAS DTC variable. So DAS DTC is called DS STDTC, where DS term is called discontinued or epoch should be fixed. You will get it discontinuation dates. Here date and time should be available. If I need only date, then just simply take the date part of DS DTC and convert into SAS numeric data type. So above we discussed it, right? How to take the date separately if you have date and time together. Okay. And if you have date, I can derive the day also. Day of discontinuation. Similarly, study day formula. Okay. DS DT minus treatment start date plus 1. When DS DT greater than or equal to treatment start date. If it is less than, just do the minus. Okay. So here we are completely taking ADSL variable. DS DT just now I have derived. Instead of RF STDTC, I am taking the treatment start date. Only date variable, that is numeric version variables we are taking here to derive the study days. Day of discontinuation. Okay. So like this, all these variables we are deriving from the disposition domain. The subject completed the study or discontinued date, discontinuation reason, day of discontinuation. Okay, clear? So these are variables from the disposition domain. So we have two last variables from the death domain also. DTH, DTC, date and time of death. So death dates you can derive from, I told you the multiple times in HDTM level. In DM domain, you can take it as input, you can take it the death date here. Or else if you take disposition domain, from disposition domain also you can take it. Today's time is equal to death. DS, ST, DTC, you will get the death date. If AE out is equal to death, from AE domain, AE and ETC death date, you will get it. In DD domain also, if DD test code is equal to, as the test is primary cause of the death, secondary cause of the deaths. Okay. So here also in a DD domain, if the subject is available, then DD DTC value should be death date. Okay. Here this is may or may not be a death date, but remember, if it is confirmed in your study, the DD, the DTC values are death dates, then only we have to take it, or else no. Okay, it depends on your study, how they are collected the death date, death details. On the same day they are collected, or the death date it was collected, a different date. If it is the same date they are collected, means you can consider the DD, DTC as a death date. Okay. Now here date and time should be available. I need the date alone separately. Date of separately. Then you can take the date part of DTH, DTC and convert into SAS numeric version. So same logic throughout everywhere in ADSL. Whenever you have date and time together, date separately if you need. Same logic which we discussed for RFST, DTC, birthday date, consent date. How we derive same logic. Okay. Some death day of death. Day of death you are going to derive based on DH, DT and treatment started. So day of death, so same study day formula only, but here we are taking the numeric versions of only date variables. DH, DT minus treatment start date plus 1 when DH, DT greater than or equal to treatment start date. If it is less than, just do the minus treatment DH, DT minus treatment start date. Okay. And if you have a reason, definitely you have a reason in a DD domain. If your DD test is equal to primary cause of the death, then those results you have to assign it to DTH RES variable. DD ORRS. This you have to assign to the DTH RES variable. Okay. Like this, all these 4 to 5 variables will derive from the DD domain. Okay, ARM and ARM code is a direct variable, predecessor variable. We can take it from the DM domain. See, these are inclusion failure, exclusion failure, fail in inclusion criteria, fail in exclusion criteria. Which domain I have? IE domain. We remember IE domain? Inclusion criteria, exclusion criteria not met. The subjects who are not met the inclusion or exclusion criteria. So if your IE original result is equal to no, then your inclusion flag. For those subjects, leave the inclusion failure flag. For example, your IE ORR is equal to yes. Okay, for those subjects, they are failed in exclusion criteria. So there is a separate variable, there is a separate domain we discussed, IE domain. If you remember, we discussed IE domain. Remember this domain? See, inclusion and exclusion criteria not met. The subjects who are failed in inclusion, failed in screening, those are failed in which inclusion criteria, which exclusion criteria we captured in IE domain. So remember, I told you clearly that for all the inclusion criteria, your result should be no. For all the exclusion criteria, your result supposed to be should yes. So whichever subject the result should be no, or whichever subject the result should be yes. For those subjects, you can give a derivative variable here. Okay, particular subject it failed in inclusion criteria or exclusion criteria. How can I derive based on the IE domain? If your IE original is equal to no, then it should be inclusion failure. If the subject in IE domain, IE OR is equal to yes, means particular subject failed in exclusion criteria. Okay. Lastly, study duration. Duration of exposure. So when and all you took the treatment, is simply treatment end date minus start date. If you take it, you will get the study duration. Actually, to think it's not exactly study, it's a treatment duration when the treatment started and ended. 30 days, 50 days, 60 days, 90 days, the number of days you have to calculate. End date minus start date, if you do it, you will get the duration of exposure. Clear? That's it. So these many variables we have in a ADS cell domain. Okay. I'll share a specification also. Let me show you a specification. Let's see any variables we missed here. See, study ID, unique subject ID, site ID, country, investigator name. So these all are variables from the DM domain. Already in DM domain is there. Only to derive. See, SAR, we discussed how to derive the SAR, age, ethnicity, race. Actually, we discussed consent date, consent DTC, consent date, and consent day also. Date of informed consent. And from that, I need only date alone separately. Numeric version. And day of informed consent means study day formula I have to apply. Consent DTC minus treatment start date less 1 when consent DT greater than or equal to treatment start date. Everything less than, just do the minus consent DT minus treatment start date. So these all are we discussed. Again, flags we discussed. Sorry, one second. Control flags, safety flags. All the flags we discussed, safety flags. See this one, planned treatment numeric version, actual treatment numeric version, age variable, age units. So these are some MTD if you observe here. There are some study specific variables also will be available in your ADSL. So which I am giving in the notes or which I mentioned in the specification, these are not standard variables, okay? In every study, it should not be only these variables. You may have less number of variables, you may have one or two variables, extra variables also available in your real-time projects. It depends on your study, it's a study specific variables. For example, if you take MTD, maximum tolerated dose level. Let us assume this study, okay, maybe in this study, some subject is taking drug A, drug B, there's a drug called drug underscore MTD. Means drug A means 50 mg is taking, 100 mg is taking, 150 mg is taking. Okay. Now I need a MTD, maximum tolerated dose level. Means particular subject maximum how much dose is taking, 50 mg or 100 mg or 150 mg. So if you took the maximum 150 mg took it, then we have to capture, okay, he took maximum 150 mg in this MTD variable. Coded for the MTD against the treatment identified by the sponsor. Okay, the sponsor was identified. There are 3 drugs are there in their study. So which one has the maximum drug amount? The drug amount we have to capture in this variable. So like this, these are study specific. You cannot be, it will not be available in every study. Clear? Apart from remaining all the variables we discussed, age units, age group numeric version, sex code, race numeric version. Okay, ethnic numeric versions. See, treatment start date and time. See, treatment start date and time character version, treatment start date and time numeric version, treatment start date alone. Similarly, end date and time character version, numeric version, date alone. Birthday date and time, birthday date alone. So these are height at baseline, weight at baseline. From all VS domain we discussed, right? BMI at baseline, systolic blood pressure at baseline, diastolic blood pressure at baseline, temperature at baseline, heart rate at baseline. So very simple, okay? You can write it VS test is equal to height, and then baseline should be S. Your weight at baseline you put there, height at baseline you put there. Okay? Similarly, completion point. If the patient completed the study. Okay? Discontinue. Was the subject discontinued from the study? Discontinuation reasons. These are numeric versions. Date of discontinuation. Date of discontinuation. Character version, numeric version. Date alone. Day of discontinuation. Study duration. DTS, DTSC. Death date alone, day of death, death reason, primary cause of the death, mom code, failing inclusion, failing exclusion. Okay? These are the variables we have in the ADSL. Okay? ADSL only it's a bigger one, you'll be having more number of variables, obviously. Okay? Any questions, anyone? Any variables not understand anything? Tomorrow I'll show you programmatically also. I'll take one DM domain identity. I'll show you how to derive the ADSL also. Okay? So tomorrow to programmatically we will see. Okay? Fine then. If no questions, so that's it for today. Tomorrow we'll see the ADSL only. We'll continue. Okay? Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.